Hi, this is Anaiis Salles, Patreon Sage on YouTube. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you're a returning visitor, I thank you so much for stopping by again. I do hope you will subscribe, like, and share. You've come to recognize by now that my readings are very different from other readers on YouTube. I would say I'm somewhere in between Alana Ash and Santaro, both of whom I admire very much as those who are on the YouTube channel bringing us information about the timeline changes, the ascension journey, the personal transformation, the spiritual evolution we are on. Use whatever language best suits you. So I do have a primer video out you can look at, which explains how I do what I do here on YouTube in terms of intuitive card readings. I will share again, because this is a new development in terms of translating current energies. I translate energy. I don't channel. All of my all of my subtle bodies, all of my selves are integrated and conscious, so there's no room for an entity that would want to channel through me to find a space to be. So what I want to explain to you is that because my readings have a different foundation and I don't do traditional tarot, I may read for a soul group. I haven't done that yet, although I feel that may be coming. But I do read for divine masculine and divine feminine, and for the integrated union, or the union that is, you know, breathing, moving apart, coming together, moving apart, coming together. And what I found to be helpful is understanding the relationship between the sacred union dynamic and what's going on in our subtle energy bodies. So if that's new to you, it's a very complicated subject, but I can share with you the most important subtle bodies that you're probably integrating and working with right now are your etheric and physical body, your emotional body, and your mental body. Because if you're new to the journey, which some of you may be, and I welcome you if you're just waking up to that realization, your etheric body, physical body, emotional body, and mental body are the three subtle bodies that you really do have to engage and do a deep exploration of, bringing in any spiritual awareness that's available to you from within you, from deep within you, so that you can integrate those subtle energy bodies, and those subtle energy bodies can then assist you in the progress of your spiritual evolution as a twin flame, sacred union, ascension, soul evolution journey. Okay, so I have 3 cards for the divine masculine energy, and it is energy, doesn't represent physical people. So if it resonates for you, great. If it doesn't, then listen to the information for the divine feminine energy. For the divine masculine current energies, we have starfish. That's representing the emotional subtle body. The emotional body is very much a watery fluid, subtle energy body, and to reference the emotional body by using animal spirits that are connected to water makes sense. The buffalo is connected to earth, and the hawk is connected to the element of air. So here we have water, earth, and air representing what's coming through for current energies with the divine masculine. For me, as a translator, and this indicates to me that these primary elementals, earth, water, and air, are assisting you right now in the next phase of your ascension journey. Please be aware that these current energies are truly changing day by day, sometimes hour by hour, because things are really speeding up. So this is you, Divine Masculine. You're coming through today with your emotional body, your as starfish, your physical etheric body as buffalo, and your mental body as hawk. Okay. So I'll go into more details about those and that information in a minute. For the Divine Feminine, we have frog, deer, and dragon. Frog, like starfish, is associated with the element of water. Deer, like buffalo, is associated with the elemental energy of earth. And the dragon is in its own category. It is associated with the energy dynamics of ether, which, depending on how you want to define that, usually means a higher order of energy operating within a subtle body or a part of your spiritual being that is operating in a frequency outside of the boundaries of earth, water, air, and fire. So this could mean, Divine Feminine, that you're working with some pretty profound spiritual energies, ancient energies that are part of your union dynamic, current energies today. So there are other energies that come. The dragon is an interesting energy because the dragon energy is an energy that's undergoing serious transformation right now. I'm going to move these cards so I can show you what I mean. And I really do appreciate this beautiful deck from Kim Kranz. This is the Animal Spirit Guide deck. Now, in her deck, Kim has included another energy, which is the black egg. And for me, this represents primary Divine Feminine energy. And she has the golden egg. And for me, this image symbolizes the energy that is coming through us directly from Source. And this is an adaptation I did of her card for the cosmic egg, which has a snake wrapped around it. And that is actually a symbol of the distorted 3D construct, a masculine energy, or any energy. So I just did a card of my own, drew a card of my own, and removed the snake, because that is what our ascension journey is about. It's about removing alien energy, snake energy, any DNA information that is not part of our original Source sparked template. The ascension journey is about going back home to Source. That's what it is. And in order to do that, we have a tremendous, what could be thought of as a purification process, or simply a reset process, where we have to take responsibility for cleaning up our act and getting ourselves back in a truthful, loving, safe, uninterrupted, dynamic, powerful, and sovereign relationship with Source. Okay, so this energy is, in a sense, a cosmic energy as well. The dragon energy is part of the amazing combination of electromagnetic, here's the electro, here's the magnetic energy operating together, weaving together, dancing together, co-creating together. Now, the problem is that with the 3D construct, these two energies began to do their own dance separated from Source. And so those have created a situation where on planet Earth, we are overcharged. We have 2/3 electrical energy and 1/3 feminine energy, which is out of balance. What we want to get as a reset is 1/3 source, 1/3 divine feminine, 1/3 divine masculine, so that we are in our co-creative balance. And through just simply getting that worked out is an enormous effort. When that is worked out, then we move into the dragon energy. And this is an energy, this is a tremendously powerful current of primal co-creation energy. And so that you have this in your side of the union today, divine feminine, is very helpful. So you are operating with those energies today. Those are moving through you and working on your subtle energy bodies and working on your DNA and working on your mindset and your heart set, and that's what's going on. So now I'm going to put these back. I think we had... Alright, so now that I've explained to you, let me show you what goes on here in the central. This path down the middle represents the bliss channel that is operational in sacred union, and the information that is operational in sacred union around shifts in timelines. So these two cards for me are always indicative that there's been another timeline merge or shift. Here we have 0 point energy, and here we have union, and this actually shows the divine feminine and the divine masculine reweaving and merging in a new timeline. Now over here on this side, this is just the human being, divine masculine, the human being, divine feminine, the energy, divine masculine, the energy, divine feminine. And over here we have additional information about how the core energies are operating within the union dynamic. So what happens here, the cards here represent the current energy bridge between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Now here we have out the pixie who is the fairy who was kissed by the pixies and the oak men. This is the companion card. This is the elements, the nature companion card, the nature spirits working with you, wisdom, devotion, loyalty, love. And this is the nature spirits working within the union. That would be the 4 elements. And the other domains of information and form that the 4 elements co-create with Gaia beyond just the human being. We're not the center of the universe. We're really not. So here we have for divine feminine, the fairy who was kissed by the pixies, and this is the card in this particular deck by Brian Frowl, Fairy Oracles. This is a card that represents beautiful giving and receiving of unconditional love. And this represents beautiful and giving and alignment with protection, caring, companionship, assistance, wisdom. This is for the divine masculine. This is the energy that you are working towards in this current energy. And interestingly, coming out with this, I have my dear friend. And here you see this beautiful image of a divine feminine astride a beautiful, powerful elk, very masculine energy. And she is guiding the elk very gently, just with subtle movements of her hand on the elk's antlers. So for me, we don't have the swan out today, so this is not a sacred union reading per se. This is a union. This is a reading about a transition within the sacred union journey. So what I am seeing here is that a divine feminine energy has awakened to another aspect of herself in self-love and in her connection to Source. And she is steering this energy literally into a dear friendship zone. This is an acknowledgement that there's a masculine energy in her life that is just becoming a dear friend, but who cannot be confused as a soulmate or a twin or a sacred union counterpart anymore. They may have held that frequency for a period of time, and in that period of time, the divine feminine understood, saw clearly, intuited, and listening to herself, realized what was happening for her in her co-creative hologram. And she recognized some key activations were being ignited in her, and once those key activations had occurred, if she was not able to share those DNA codes with the divine feminine energy in her union space, then she recognized that she needed to move on in the union with her divine masculine energy, now back in 5D, organizing the next potential meeting of a physical masculine energy in her hologram. So this is an interesting transition. And divine feminine, good for you for doing that, gently doing it with love, taking really good care of nurturing yourself, loving yourself, and respecting yourself, and respecting the male energy that was in your life, so the two of you could do a conscious moment of soul evolution and transformation that will benefit you both, and that did not and will not lead to any additional heartbreak or any additional pain bonding. So this is a divine feminine who recognized that there was a moment in her energy field, in her union, that was a temptation to fall back to sleep into a pain bonding dynamic. And she very graciously said, no, thank you. So that's what's happening in this union today, in the current energies. So for you divine masculines, you may be the divine masculine energy who has had the clarification and the realization through your divine feminine, or perhaps even through your own awareness, that you have cleared another set of distortions in your divine blueprints. Thank you very much for helping me. Thank you very much for helping me. And now we move forward and we can continue as friends. We can continue as friends. So no broken hearts here. No pain body attachments. Moving forward with clarity, communication, restraint, self-restraint, and a great deal of self-love. So for you, divine feminine, you may have recognized in your masculine energy that you were doing healing with and soul evolution with, that person, if they were a person in your life, wasn't in alignment with your soul values. And in this environment that we're in, none of us are waiting around. We don't have time to wait around anymore. So you gracefully exited that situation and you have moved on. And if you've watched my other recent readings, that you have had the wisdom and the courage to do this means that other new energies will be approaching you with masculine frequency to assist your inner masculine to remain in balance and for you to co-create from that balanced place within yourself. All right, I think that explains that. Hopefully that's clear. If it's not, leave me a message. All right, so now we have continuing with a deeper engagement of what is happening with these energies. I have pulled some other cards, and do know that I meditate and I shuffle and I ask, the current energies just to show themselves to me and allow me to translate What dynamic needs to be shared in the Sacred Union Collective on any given day. So here we have, on the divine masculine side of the dynamic, we have death and we have singer of the chalice. For me, this reflects that this has happened. There was a end of a cycle or a death in recognizing misalignments in energy. And then that situation was recognized with love and kindness, and it was let go. Now here we might have some more information about what was going on with the misalignments. And here we have Tom, the poet, and the Gotcha card. And this is the card of romanticism that's accompanied by a bad surprise, an unexpected surprise, an inconvenient surprise, or in this case, perhaps an inconvenient truth. Maybe the masculine energy that you were engaging with, divine feminine, because of the nature of Sacred Union, gathered up the courage to open up the illusion of romanticism to reveal that he was struggling with a very powerful issue within his own life. Could be anything. Could be PTSD, could be lots of things. But these were things that that particular incarnation of a masculine energy needed to do more work on, and needed to allow you to move on and go forward with your work and settle down into this transformational energy, so that this, you, divine masculine, could come out of the romantic illusion of connecting with the divine feminine, who, if you have serious issues that relate to the pain body and are still part of continuing to create a pain body, but you're romantic and you're thinking that, you know, you've got it going on and someone is just going to fall in love with you and join you in your pain body, then you've had a rude awakening, because the divine feminine energy is not about that. So this may be what your moment of awakening looks like, where you come out of romantic illusion and begin to open your eyes to what's really going on with you and what are you going to do about it. Okay. It's tough, it's rough, we're all going through it, but that leads to the opportunity to get assistance from Source and from Gaia and from our elementals. If you desire it and if you ask for it, then you will have assistance to move you from this organization of who you are to this organization of who you are, which is a divine masculine energy, awake, aware, embodied, and open in his heart chakra, open in his intuitive centers, and open in his crown. No more romantic illusions. So that's the journey that you're on. And in that journey, whether you're divine feminine or divine masculine, we're getting tons of help to continue with our soul evolution. So this is beautiful. And here, you know, you have a validation that the divine feminine is helping you with this by, in a sense, being a catalyst to kind of push you to look at this so that you could evolve to this energy in your own time when you're ready, without holding back her evolution. So that's really pretty neat. Okay, so the additional clarifications that came out were, for the singer of the chalice following the death, we have the King of Wands. This is beautiful, integrated energy. This is a powerful man, now feeling himself also as a loving man. And here we have the Two of Chalices. So in this energy of being helped with his wake-up call, and through the ending of the connection, he is being invited to activate his DNA that will align him in this way for this outcome. King of Wands, Two of Cups. Now we have Three of Wands and the Queen of Chalices. So these cards clarify what this shadow aspect of this divine masculine energy, this is what you just let go of because you weren't ready. Queen of Chalices, wonderful, loving, feminine energy, and a willingness to build on something together, a wish for that. So you had someone who was probably a pretty good candidate for that for you, but she may have also, that divine feminine may have had their own issues too. We'll see in a minute. And this is the lost opportunity. It looks like this. Lost for the time being. And you recognizing that. You are recognizing divine masculine. You actually would like to have this experience. And it was offered to you, and you didn't quite handle it. And so you go into another cycle. It's happening to everybody. But you need to know, you need to be conscious of that. Now, we have out the, see, this is interesting. So in the transition that you're in now, divine masculine, we have the Emperor and we have the Wheel. So you are moving into this energy. You were catalyzed into that soul evolution. And you have a collection of pixies who are helping you move your karmic wheel to come out of this looping cycle where you're presenting in one way, but in actuality you're within your shadow and with your unintegrated subconscious, conscious, and unconscious and conscious mind. That's not who you really are. So that's beautiful, because that's like, okay, you know, this is beautiful. This is what's going to happen. And this is through the beautiful resetting of a timeline and a divine feminine who was awake. Okay. Now let's see what happens on the divine feminine side. First we have out, okay, we have She of the Cruach and Iris of the Rainbow. So this is very powerful, very clear, very awake, very loving feminine energy. So I see what's happening in the daily life co-creation energies. This is you, divine feminine. You are expressing yourself in this way in your waking life. So that's wonderful. All right, now what other clarifications? Yes, here we have the Queen of Wands, which aligns with Iris of the Rainbow. And we have you, I would call this the Magician card. This is why I don't like to use the tarot, because for me, magic is not a good thing. Co-creation is a fabulous thing, but magic can be very destructive. And so here you have you waking up, divine feminine, to just how clear and powerful and loving you are as a conscious feminine energy co-creator. And you're on it. You've got it. You're recognizing what it is, and you're moving forward. You're moving forward. And so you also recognize that in this situation, you brought these energies. You were a match for this King of Wands until he didn't know what to do with his shadow work. And you were coming with an understanding of the elements in conscious co-creation, and perhaps not so romantic, and so behaving in ways that didn't match up for this guy. there wasn't a resonance here. So that's okay. And you made the choices that you needed to make to stay in your own sovereignty and authenticity. And this is validated by Iris of the Rainbow and She of the Kruak. You stayed in alignment with your highest and best interests and good. Now next out for the Divine Feminine. Yes, see here we have the Guardian at the gate. And here we have the Fairy Godmother who is holding the Sacred Master Key of Conscious Co-Creation. And here, because you made choices to stay in your authenticity and energetic clarity and sovereignty, you've passed through the gate. And you've passed through the gate, the next gate of ascension, which for me means the next activation of really important DNA that will move you through ascension gates when the time comes. You've passed through the next gate, and you are empowered to keep going. All right. Well, that's kind of cool. Now, coming out, we have, in confirmation or clarification, we have the Hierophant, and we have the Ten of Chalices. So yes, you are moving forward, you've moved through the gate, and in addition to the Fairy Godmother, you have the authority of wisdom that is coming to you from your Divine Masculine side of the union, and supporting you, and saying, it's okay, we're going to keep going, we're going to keep moving, we're going to keep clearing our original divine blueprints, and we will find ourselves at home, back in source, with a sense of complete emotional fulfillment and spiritual awakening. And this is the card of the spiritual teacher, and this is the card of the happy family. So coming out of your pain body, Divine Feminine, and letting it go, you've opened up to continue on this pathway for yourself, which is very much reflective of the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. That's beautiful. Okay. So next we have out for the Divine Feminine, we have Penelope Dreamweaver and the Singer of Intuition. So this is you continuing to be guided and uplifted and transformed by this major spiritual energy of the co-creative dragon. This is an energy that creates universes. And you are now, this energy is now supporting you. And so it is supporting you, Penelope Dreamweaver. This is, you know, if you look here, it's like this is translated to that in her hand. She is really becoming aware of just how much she is awake and aware and able to co-create. And now she's got to embrace that. She needs to embrace it, and she needs to allow her intuition to guide her in her action steps so that her choices remain in alignment. It's beautiful. And all the while, Divine Feminine, you're being powerful and gentle and kind, and you're being aware of your physical nature, and you're keeping yourself in alignment, and your physical body's in pretty good shape, taking care of yourself, and your intuition is very active, alert, and aware. Okay, now for these clarifications, we have, we have stability, we have the Four of Wands. So here we have the Queen of Wands, we have all of these cards coming together for you, and we have the Ace of Pentacles, came out in the upright actually. We have the Ace of Pentacles, it's a new opportunity for abundance. So here you have a pretty beautiful integration of the spiritual, the emotional, the material, and your own sense of Divine Feminine sovereignty. This is pretty well integrated, Divine Feminine, so good for you. And you've moved on through the next cycle of DNA activation and continuing to move through the ascension gates within your own body and subtle energy fields. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is really a beautiful opportunity for you. And it is because you had the courage to recognize who you are, where you were at, who you were with, and what you wanted. And I don't like to use the word want, what you chose, what you would prefer to co-create consciously. And you just stayed on that, you stayed on that timeline. And you're still on it. Okay. Now, additionally over here for the Divine Masculine, in terms of what vibrational energy is the 5D Divine Masculine sharing within the union, we have a butterfly garden that's, cultivating transformation. We have the 9 of chalices, that's wonderful contentment and happiness. And here we have the red garden, which is being grounded. So I think this is a wonderful reflection and confirmation of the Divine Masculine in his emotional, physical, and mental body clarity. This is 5D Divine Masculine. 5D. Okay. And here for the Divine Feminine, 5D, we have the Morning Dew Girl, Flower Spirit, and we have Justice. So the Divine Feminine is carrying on with all the inner work that she has to do to have dropped her pain body and to now begin the work, having achieved the beautiful balance and justice within herself, and having achieved alignment with Gaia's elementals to help her. She's going to continue to do the inner work of being an awake, aware, enlightened, conscious co-creator, the feminine energy, and allowing that to be reflected back to her in her everyday life. So this is a wonderful new opportunity, and the Divine Feminine is absolutely willing to do the work, but not for a situation that isn't in her best interests. And more she's awake and aware to what is in her best interests as a sovereign being, soul-sparked, source-sparked, respecting, loving, and cherishing herself. And that's how she's going to carry on. Okay, so hopefully this has been meaningful for you. And you can see here once again, Divine Feminines, that you are on this timeline. You're doing just great. And what did you do? You followed Source's advice, Divine Feminine. The intuition, right? And the frequency of a new timeline. To let it go so that you could continue on your unique journey of transformation. Okay. And you are remembering that you're a divine animal, Divine Feminine. You are letting your light shine on this new timeline, and you are exercising more and more soul craft in unity and in balance. So those are the current energies for today. I know that the Divine Masculine is absolutely in 5D supporting these transitions. And you will come to feel that Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine in the coming rearrangements of this new timeline shift that has gone on, which is going to put both of you in greater balance and greater union and greater harmony, 3D, 5D, and beyond. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and share. Those of you who are on an ascension journey, you probably will resonate with this information, and I would really appreciate your leaving me a comment, because I know I'm talking to several thousand people right now. They just haven't found my channel. and you could help them. You could be the one who helps them find my channel. And I will share with you that I am having a live workshop in Philadelphia the weekend of September 21st and 22nd. So if you're in the Philadelphia area and you would like to continue your journey in a way that really makes it clear for you how to exit, how to know what your pain body looks like, how you participated in building it, and how you are deconstructing it so you can be liberated from it. And it's a beautiful process. As I said, I've been in this, doing this work for 30 years, and I have a lot of expertise, a lot of resources, and surprisingly, you might think that would be unusual, but I'm an old dog with lots of new tricks. So I hope you'll look on my website. There's a link in the description box below. You know, right now it's maybe show up as a not a secure site, but we have no issues, and we are accepting registration payments through PayPal, which is absolutely very secure, so no worries there. Just giving you that in case the technology would like to discourage you from taking yourself on a new quantum leap in terms of your own soul's evolution. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your stopping by. Subscribe, like, share, and comment.